Hello and welcome to Solving Watercolour. In this abstract watercolour portrait example, I'm going to apply simplification with regards to the forms and shapes, and experiment with the colours and painting techniques. The overall effect that I'm hoping to create is a portrait that's completely recognisable as a girl's face, but with strong elements of abstraction too. Start by picking a colour for the skin tone. This is an exercise in abstraction, remember, and we're going to experiment, so pick a colour that's noticeably different from the actual colour of the photo. This exercise should prove to you that colour's less important than you might think. As long as the tonal values, i.e. the lights and the darks, maintain the correct relationship to each other, the colours can actually be anything at all. I'm using dioxazine violet for my skin tone, but you don't have to. The 1/4 inch flat brush that I'm using here allows me to create precise hard-edged shapes on the dry paper. Make sure that your first wash is completely dry before you attempt to glaze over it. Here I'm strengthening the shadows on the face by glazing over the initial wash with another thin wash of dioxazine purple. For the hair, I'm going to radically change up the colours this time. Again, I'm paying attention to the tones, keeping them as dark as possible, but for the colours I'm using a mixture of phthalo blue, dioxazine purple and burnt sienna. I painted these by carefully wetting the hair first with clean water, and then painting wet into wet loosely with a bamboo brush. I'm allowing the texture of the paper to remain visible in the highlights, and I'm not brushing the colours together too much, just allowing them to blend and mix on the paper naturally. To enhance the abstraction further, you can introduce elements of unpredictability. Here I'm using a spray bottle and spritzing the hair with clean water to encourage it to move and flow in interesting ways. I'm quite pleased with the overall effect of the spray, which has given the painting an atmospheric, impressionistic quality that would have been pretty difficult to create entirely intentionally. You have to love it when watercolour just paints itself. So note how the phthalo blue and the burnt sienna have blended together to create a subtle range of greens. Here I'm turning my attention to the hair on the left side of the painting. That provides a strong contrast with the girl's neck and makes the painting easier to read. I didn't spray any water in this area, so the shapes that I'm painting will remain clean and hard-edged. So time now then to just add the darkest final details to the painting, and I've switched from my bamboo brush to a small dagger brush, which allows me to be really precise in these small areas, and I'm just using it to add some dark blues where needed, such as the eyelash and shadows on the lips and nose. That's all I've got time for today, but if you're interested in learning more about the art of watercolour painting, don't forget to go along to my website, solvingwatercolour.com. I've got lots of free tutorials there, and you can also sign up for my free watercolour painting course, Learn Watercolour in 7 days. That's all for now. If you found this useful, please like and subscribe, and I'll speak to you soon.